Wake up, everybody. It's your girl, Sofia, here, back on Sofia's Football Talk to do yet another preview. Talk about Man United again. Here we are, this time in the Europa League, as they're going to go away to Porto. We got a Porto fan here, the Match Channel, who's been here before to talk about this time Porto, which will be an interesting game. 100%. First and foremost, how are you doing, mate? Are you good?
Yeah, I'm in fairly good spirits. Very happy to be here, and I'm sure this is going to be a good preview.
Yes, indeed, indeed. I think it will be so as well. Before we fully start, people, make sure you like this video here because the more likes we get, the more able to push the video out there for more people to see. Subscribe as well. We are on the road to 5K, so let's make it happen. And yeah, I've also linked his channel as well in the title and in the description. So make sure you do subscribe as well. Big up to GK. Hope you're doing well. This is, by the way, not Eddie, or Eddie is in chat, of course, what I'm saying. Pick up Eddie. Pick up Eddie. You were here earlier. Yes, get the likes up. Eddie says, pick up. As usual, sis, not excited for this, to be honest, but maybe we see a response. How many times can United players embarrass us is the question. I think they'll probably embarrass us at least two more times while Ten Hag is still here. So we got the Thursday game, which is, of course, Porto away. And I'm not going to lie, people, I'm not looking forward to that game whatsoever. Before we fully dive in to that one, I wanted to talk about more so some news. So, obviously, Man United in the Spurs game, we had Bruno getting a red card. Man United did appeal, and it's been warranted. So, he will now be available for the next three fixtures in the Prem. So, he'll be available. I think a lot of Man United fans that's been a bit tired with Bruno being like, we wouldn't really mind him just kind of being suspended for a little bit longer, but rightfully so, it wasn't a red card, so I hear it. But if only Ten Hag could just have him on the bench. If only. And another thing, Luke Shaw, I don't know how credible this news is, but Luke Shaw is expected to be out for another 6 to 8 weeks. He picked up another injury on the muscles of the leg he broke a couple of years ago. And Club don't want to rush him back. I mean, we've kind of rushed him back over the years. He got rushed back to the England Euros. And here we are. Haven't seen him play since freaking February. I don't even know. But I think that's about it. So now, when it comes to Man United and Porto, the clubs have met each other 8 times in our history, with United winning 3 of these fixtures in comparison to Porto's 2 victories. Last time the Reds visited the Stadio do Dragao, that's horrible pronunciation, but yeah, that's the stadium. Cristiano Ronaldo, long range rocket, sealed a narrow 1-0 victory for Sir Alex Ferguson's side. And I know that Porto trashed Aruca 4-0 on Sunday, and I said 3 points below the leader Sporting in the Portuguese league, with 6 wins from their 7 outings. But I don't know about you, the match channel, but I watched Glimt versus Porto in the Europa League, and what a game that was. Porto ended up losing 3-2, but they had a total of 28 shots. They had opportunities. But I want to hear your thoughts about Porto so far this season. Are you happy with how the season has started off? Let me know.
Domestically, yes, and I think the fact that it was the former assistant manager taking over as the manager had made people think that he might not do as well as he's done. But actually, I think he's had a good start this season. Before the league phase started, he actually got a win against Sporting in the Portuguese equivalent of the Community Shield. Thanks, Eddie. He's only 3 points off of top Sporting so far. And the only game he's lost so far was away at Sporting CP, which is the hardest game of the tour of the in the league.
Hmm.
And then you've got Benfica as well, which we're still yet to play, but they got off to a bad start, so they're still a bit behind.
Hmm.
But I think league-wise, it's been going well. I don't know if you specifically want me to talk about the Aruka game. If so, I'll mention it
Yes, you
shortly.
can. That's up to
Um,
you.
I guess if we stick chronologically, the Bodo Glimt game, I feel like Porto got off to a great start, and
Agree.
especially with that early goal, there was some
Yeah.
chances. It felt like they were actually going to do better than I was expecting.
Hmm.
And then the equaliser has just changed the game.
Yeah.
Bodo Glimt were more on top. The defending for the second half, that was very, very bad. Jean Mario was exposed at right back at times. Not the bald one that played for West Ham.
Yeah.
There's a Portuguese one with the same
It's another
name.
one. Yeah.
I'm trying to think what he might be the equivalent of. But I think he's one of them that's kind of he's better with his attacking attributes than defensive. And then of
Hmm.
course Zipedro also was I thought had a very bad game. But I expect him to play against Man United because he played the last 3 games. But against Bodo Glimt, I don't know the rules on the language you're allowed, but at minimum, I'll say he performed like a broken protection.
Okay. Wow. Wow. Okay.
Yeah,
Interesting.
I don't know if I don't know if the word itself isn't a swear word or any offensive word like that, but I don't know if specifically I'm allowed. So I'll just
Say
use
it.
language that is appropriate,
It's
which
fine.
can be used in the same context. The word I would have used was condom. Yeah, he performed like a broken condom.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
yeah, Porto didn't really get going until after going 1-0 up. They had a few chances, and then the equaliser came.
Hmm.
They were poor, and then didn't get going until after 3-1, which they had some chances. They were they were trying to get at this, get it going, which they one of their new signings came on. Another one of the new signings, in fact, because one of their new signings is now the main striker, Samu.
Yes.
Um,
Yeah.
who's been
Isn't
he's
that the
been
one that
scoring.
Chelsea also wanted?
Oh, did they? That I didn't know. Yes, Samu.
They were very
He's.
close. Very
Oh,
close.
really? That I didn't know.
Yes. Mm.
Wow. I don't. I don't know how he would have done at Chelsea, but I certainly think he wouldn't have done as good as Diego Costa. Put it that way. Um, he's been scoring in all of his appearances so far. But another striker I was going to get to is called Dennis Gull from Sweden, who previously played at Hammarby. He's made 2 appearances, one against Bodo Glimt, that was his debut, and on the weekend against Aruka.
Hmm.
He scored in both of his sub of appearances.
Okay.
So in the Bodo game, it didn't really feel like after the first goal or
Yeah.
after the equaliser, it didn't feel
Hmm.
like Porto really got going until it was 3-1 down, where it was salvageable, but it's not what you want.
That's kind of what it seemed like. No, I agree with you. It felt like, when Bull de Glimt scored, they had the crowd going like it's a tough ground to go to. The climate is different.
Well, I don't
This.
think the weather can be used as an excuse because
No.
Porto
I'm not trying to use
Porto
it as an
played
excuse.
well,
But yeah,
Porto play a Bodo Glimt at the most ideal time possible, September.
yeah.
It's going
Of
to be
course,
much
of course,
colder than the rest of the year, so it wasn't like
100%.
the weather was that much of a disadvantage.
No. I wouldn't say it's a disadvantage. I'm just saying like it still would be a little bit different. But of course, we're not going to sit there and make that an excuse. Not at all. But I'm just saying, pull the glint with how they do play and with the ground, like the team, the fans are very passionate in regards to a
True.
lot of different fans, of course. But I'm just saying, when they get the crowd going, it will show. And that's exactly what happened. But like you mentioned, even though they were like what 3-1 down, they kind of was still be Porto still had opportunities. And when it was 3-2, game was on.
Yeah.
Game was on. There was opportunities. But at the end of the day, Bull the Glimt, I do think deserved to win. But Porto had a lot of shots. They were just being a little bit wasteful here and there, I think. So I'm a bit concerned when it comes to Man United. I'm a bit concerned. But what players, do you think that will, what's the word that I'm looking for? That will be key players for you on Thursday's game?
I think Pepe, the Brazilian attacker, he's one to look out for.
Uh-huh.
He's had a great last 2 seasons. It's quite versatile in I guess he's kind of got a free role. Most likely will appear on the right or maybe an attacking midfielder if Victor Bruno wants to go for a 4-4-2-3-1. He actually scored the first penalty against Arsenal in the shootout last season.
Yeah.
So I think he'll be one to look forward to. Also, Alan Varela, who this is his second season, previously at
Uh-huh.
Boca Juniors. He's the glue to this midfield, but also great on the ball as well. So I think of him as more of a possession player than like a great tackler, but I think he'll be key. The defense, there might be
Okay.
some questions, but Diego Costa, him in goal, even if he isn't at his prime at the moment, he helps.
Oh
And I
yeah.
think I was going to say Samu Omadorion, the striker who has scored in every appearance so far, even when he hasn't started. So I'd
Okay.
say they're the players to look out for.
Interesting. Okay, so when it comes to the team news, I mean, let's see here. You've been without defender Ivan Marcano,
Yeah, he's
and
been gone for a while, to be honest.
okay,
I
Vieira
haven't
as
seen him
well.
since like the beginning of last season.
Okay, Vieira, he's been on loan
Oh,
from
Fabio
Arsenal.
Vieira. He's made one substitute appearance, and that was in the last game, so he could be available.
Oh, okay, so he could be available. Interesting. Other than that, I mean, obviously they haven't had the press conference and all of that. I believe that will be tomorrow. But have you heard any maybe news in regards to other players that might potentially be out or players coming back, if it is any, that are not available?
As of now, I haven't seen like a major update to the team news.
Okay. Yeah, when it comes to Man United as well, we haven't fully heard much either, to be fair. I mean, Maguire was not involved on Sunday due to a sustained knock in training. I will not be surprised if he's not available. Lenior, of course, is still out. Luke Shaw, Malaysia, training, but not fully there. Lindelöf was finally on the bench, and he was going to be coming on in the Spurs game, but then I think Ten Hag decided to put in, was it Mount, was it? I think that's who he put it. somebody. That's
So what you're
the
saying
case.
is Ten Hag threw his game plan out the window because of what was going on.
Basically, in a lot of ways, that's kind of what he did. Mano might be out. It looked to be that he might have gotten a hamstring injury, but potentially not a serious one. But I would want him to rest. You know, I think we have been pushing him to the ground with playing these amount of games. Like luckily in the Carabao Cup, like he's taking a break. And did he also take a break in the FC20 game? I think he did, if I'm not mistaken. Either way, he needs to have a break. Big Schloss says, I hope United win. We need, oh my God, of course. We need Erik Ten Hag on the wheel a little bit longer. You do, but I don't. Schloss, how about that? I don't. I'm saying I'm giving them until next Monday. And if he's not sacked by Monday, there will be serious questions had for Ineos. 100%. There will be. How do you
I
think?
saw Patrice Evra's comments on the matter.
What did he say?
He's happy to. He's happy for Ten Hag to stay because he thinks he's able to get the results when it matters most, like especially for the next few games.
I love Uncle Pat, but that's a lie. Some of them, I do feel like they're just lying to get on the good books with the club. I'm sorry. There's no way you believe it, Uncle Pat. There's no way. But I digress. I want to hear your thoughts in how do you think the Porto manager will, line up for the Thursday game? Like, how will the starting 11 look like?
Well, he started off the season with a 4-2-3-1, although more recently, including the Aruka game, the Bodo Glimt game, I think couple of games before that, he was lining up with a 4-3-3. Expect Diogo Costa will be in goal as the current captain. Yeah, he will be in goal unless of injuries. I expect João Mario to be at right back. He has the experience. Also, he's been playing in some of the last few games, and he's probably the better compared to Martin Fernandez, who did start off the season, but he's inexperienced. Centre backs, I think it will be Perez and Zapedro. I personally would have Otavio in there, who was the centre back partner to Portuguese Pepe in the second half of last season. But I think he will miss out. Left back, I think it will be the new signing. We've definitely got a very different defence compared to last season, where best defence was like João Mario, Pepe, Otavio, and Wendell. I think we are going to see a bit of we are going to see a different defence. The left back, he is a new one. I'm a bit less familiar. The name that's comes to my head is like Mora, and I know that's not him. Just clarify his name a sec. It's not great look, but
it's fine.
And then the midfield, I expect Alan Varela and Nico Gonzalez to start. Then the third midfielder, it's likely to be the Steven Estaquio, the Canadian international, Marco Grujic, who does make some sub appearances, and he also played against Bodo Glimt. He also was the other goal scorer in that penalty shootout against Arsenal last season, and he's more of a box-to-box player compared to Estaquio, Varela, and maybe Gonzalez. So if it's Estaquio or Grujic, then it's going to be a 4-3-3.
Okay.
Although what Bruno might do is he might put Varela and one of Stakio, maybe Grujic and have Gonzalez more advanced. And then I expect Pepe to be on the right, the Brazilian, Galeno on the left, Samu Amadorian as striker, and he might play Ivan Jaime, the Spanish player. He started he was playing towards the start of the season, played against Porto Glimt, didn't have a great game. So the main question is it going to be is he going to put another midfielder to make it 4-3-3, or is he going to have Ivan Jaime in there and play a more 4-2-3-1? So that's the question on hand.
Okay. Interesting.
The defender that I left back is Francisco Moura. He was brought in towards the end of the transfer window, like with Dennis Goll and Samuel Amadorian.
Okay.
He's going to play. So yeah, I expect Diego Costa, João Mario, Nuhan Perez, who's on loan from Udinese, Pedro, Francisco Moura, Alan Varela, Nico Gonzalez, one of Stakio, Ivan Jaime, maybe Marco Grujic, and then out wide Pepe from Brazil, Galeno on the left, and Samu Omorodori up front. They do have an English striker who did start the season, but
what's his name?
He's called Danny Namaso Loda. He was the main striker after Taremi and Evan Nilsson left. He only scored one penalty, so his appearance were relegated. He might actually be third, given that Dennis Goll is coming on and scoring.
Yeah, there's like other ahead of him in the pecking order.
Yes, so there is an English player there, which I like.
Cool.
Yes, the chances of him coming on is a maybe. But the lineup I mentioned before is what I think will happen.
I hear it. There's a question here from Eddie.
Yeah.
Go ahead before you want to finish your
I do think because Man United on paper are stronger than Bodo Glimt, and that the lineup against Bodo Glimt didn't quite work out, I expect we are going to see a stronger lineup that we see in the league phase to this game.
Probably. Oof. No, that is a fair point. So, question here from Eddie. So, what do you guys think will be the interesting player battles?
I would say Bruno Fernandes and Alan Varela. That's one.
Okay.
I think possession-wise, that's going to be a good one to watch. Also, Bruno Fernandes, I think, will test Alan Varela's tackling ability. Defense to attack, one area I'm worried about would be if Garnacho played against João Mario, because Garnacho, I think, has probably been Man United's best player before this season. And João Mario at times can be a bit of a liability. So that could work in your favour. Although, then again, if Rashford plays, he's going to play on the left, and Garnacho would either be a sub or play on the right. So I guess Rashford or Garnacho against João Mario. And if it is Rashford, maybe if João Mario is being a bit of a liability, then maybe it's his chance to create something. That being said, I still have João Mario above Martin Fernandes because he's still a bit better defensively and he can offer that going forward. And then I guess Samu Omaradian up against Man United centre backs because so far he's scored in all 3 appearances so far, and he's up against some experienced but shaky centre backs. So that's going to be actually Lisandro Martinez is very good, but it's going to be a good test to see are Man United's defence good enough, or is Samu going to be is he going to continue his scoring run? So I guess I would say the 3 matchups I mentioned.
Okay. And then Eddie asks here, are this current United team really stronger than Bodø/Glimt based on form? That is a good question. I'm not
haven't
gonna
seen
lie.
Bodø/Glimt's form enough in the league, so it's on that aspect it's hard to see. But hey, at least you're going to be playing Bodø/Glimt at home.
Yeah, but I'm not even gonna lie. If we still had Ten Hag at the wheel, what I see from even though Bodø/Glimt, let's be honest, they're better, way better at home. But like in transition, they are wow. Jens Petter Hauge, the way he was playing against Porto, yes, he was at home, but the way he looked like prime Ronaldinho, what is happening? Is this Jens Petter Hauge or is this Ronaldinho? What is happening? Yeah, I'm not gonna sit there and say I'm not looking forward to that. But we have to, of course, focus on Porto first. Pick up Ravi. This game will be on Thursday. On Thursday, I repeat, on Thursday. In terms of how Man United will set up the team, I mean, I think it'll be Onana, it'll be Mazraoui, De Ligt, Leauge, Dalot, Eriksen, Ugarte, Mino probably will be out due to the potential hamstring. Rashford, I think, will still play. Ahmad now gets back into the team, and I think Nacho probably will be dropped. And then I think maybe Zirkzee will be dropped as well, and we maybe see Hojlund. That's what I'm assuming. But I could be wrong. How do you think Man United should set up the team to best, be up against a Porto, like to really hurt Porto in the best way?
I guess having someone good on the left would be one way.
Eddie, this is what he's gonna do. I know you're saying Eriksen. Eddie, I hear you. The thing is, though, to be fair, he could. You know what? Scratch that. No. I think he still put. There's no way he's dropping Bruno. It's not happening. I'm just letting you know it's not happening. So I think he's gonna use Eriksen and Ugarte. But then again, we could see Casemiro as well.
Yeah. One in regards to the Arsenal game at home, Porto, they've got a change of manager and a change of defence, and apart from right back, but the midfield's still the same. So Porto could still apply the mid block where they forced Arsenal to playing wide and set pieces. So if that same thing is executed here, then Man United might end up having to play the same way in order to try and win.
Diallo would be relied to be the savior, only tidy player apart from Zirkzee. I hear it. The thing is, though, Eriksen, like if you play him in more so like that, then he'll be able to do something. But I just think you can't shoehorn in Eriksen with the Bruno. It has to be one or the other, in my opinion. But I'm just saying,
Sure.
Eddie, I'm letting you know. Ten Hag will put Bruno there. Only time we
You're
didn't see Bruno
mentioning
was in the
Bruno
Carabao Cup.
earlier, and I thought we knew that he was going to be available for this game.
Yeah.
But afterwards, I thought if he's suspended, then it gives another chance for somebody else to maybe potentially step up as captain. But it's not going to happen now that Man United have been successful in the appeal. And if Eriksen plays, we've seen what he can do in the first half of that FC20 game. But I don't know if it was the minutes and legs that got the better of him, or I don't know, but he had a tale of two halves.
We are in trouble. Can any academy players that United can play in this game? Or you think about what type of? I mean, could be a Collier. We haven't really seen him at all, to be fair. Even know. And the recognized left back that we have is technically an academy player in Harry Amas, but he doesn't really be playing like that. I don't even know. Other than that, there will be, of course, Mano, but Mano won't be available, it seems. And then it's Canacho. But they have obviously been put more so into. You can't really fully look at them as the fresh academy players because they've gotten a lot more senior games now. Like they big. They're the big boys. They ain't young boys no more. They still kids, but they older. I mean, Ganacho technically is not a teenager no more since he's 20, but I'm just saying. Eddie says, yes, Sofia Tenag will likely play Eriksen. I would rather see a player that is fundamentally set for that position, even if it's cold. I hear you, Eddie. I hear you. I wouldn't mind that at all. The thing is, though, there's certain stuff that you just know it's set. Bruno will be playing. You can put. I wouldn't recommend this, but you can put your house on it. I wouldn't recommend it once again, but that's something that we would know. I'm trying to think what else there is to mention in terms of.
I was going to.
Go ahead.
I hinted to the Aruka game earlier, but
Yeah.
what I can say about that is first half, Porto struggled to break them down, but then the second half, it was they had a much easier time at scoring. Hence why the four goals came in the second half. So, but that being said, Aruka are going to be more pragmatic than Man United will be.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just so difficult because, as you mentioned earlier on in the stream, you said, okay, domestically, Porto's been doing very well. But in Europa League, haven't had the best to start. Of course, it's been one game, but either way, they would want to have a response from that Bodø/Glimt game. And the fact that you guys are at home, you would want to go for it 100%. So they are going to be up for it. The question is,
Arsenal fans can learn a lesson from last season, but the league form isn't as much of a factor in who's going to win.
Exactly.
Because they were winning 6-0 to Burnley, 5-0 to West Ham,
and they were still struggling.
And that was part of their confidence and to them winning the away leg. And
yes,
a few weeks beforehand, Porto had a loss and a home draw, and the first leg showed that league form can totally go out the window in regards to what the result can be. But as you said, Porto are home, so that is something that will factor in.
Yes, it's a big factor, and it's also a big advantage for Porto by being at home. And we struggled against, if we finished bottom of our group in the Europa League, we struggled against Galatasaray Yes. Yeah, I'm not looking
Sophia,
forward
I
to
need
it.
to have a wee. I'll be back in 1 minute.
Okay, go ahead. We're gonna wrap up very soon, but yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah, get the likes up, everybody. Keep getting the likes up, and let me know your thoughts in regards to this game. I'm just kind of looking at when we're playing Bodø/Glimt. I know obviously that's in like 2 months from now, but I'm just double checking. 28th of November. Yep. Ay. I should be excited about Man United playing football. I should be excited. But I'm just not. Unfortunately, I'm not. I'm at the stage where it's just a chore. You know, I got it on my phone. That's about it. I got the calendar. Every Man United fixture is on my phone. It's on this baby here. I mean, I think the phone screen says it all. Yeah. But in regards, or forget about that, we will go back to, of course, talking about the Europa League. But there are some Champions League games today, and I was thinking I want to watch them. That some of those games will be starting in about 17 minutes, so we will be slowly wrapping up. But before we do, I do want to hear your score prediction, though. How do you see this game going?
I'm conflicted between two potential score lines. And how this game could go, this is one of these where I think Bruno Fernandes has had some poor games, but
You
I think
keep
this is a game
mentioning
where he
Bruno.
couldn't. This is one of these games where I think he could have like a purple patch against us. I think
Really? Bruno.
he's had a poor last two games, if I remember correctly. I think I just have a feeling he's going to score.
Okay.
I'm thinking it's between 1-1 and 2-1. If I'm going to pick between the two, because I haven't even mentioned the fact that Porto lost and Man United got a home draw against the team they were going to beat. This has now magnified the importance of this fixture.
Yeah.
I think I'm just about going to say Porto 2, Man United 1.
Okay. I don't even think that would be surprising if that's the case. I really don't. I was also being a little bit conflicted in terms of the score prediction. I also was kind of like, could it be 2-1 to Porto? I wasn't really thinking a win to Man United, but I've gone with 2-2.
Okay. I was wondering about 1-1.
Yeah. I just we ain't winning.
Okay.
I don't think we're winning. But I think it'll be either you guys will win 2-1. Maybe it could even be 3-1, as Eddie says. I think they will. You guys will respond, but I think we might just maybe nick a nasty goal at the end, maybe, or we start off good but then completely waste it afterwards and capitulate. That can also be the case. We might. I really don't know. Eddie says United, you break the fans' hearts. Unfortunately, I think it will be 3-1 to Porto. I don't even think that's shocking. I don't. And it's sad to say about Man United. I should be coming in here super confident, but I'm just not. This is what our team has done to us. Unfortunately, we can't act like that. I wish. But after the display I saw at OT against Spurs, how we made Spurs look like prime Real Madrid with Zidane, Ronaldo, Figo? What's that? Is this Real Madrid or is this Spurs? Because I don't know. Is it El
With a team of 5
Clásico?
attackers.
This is what it felt like. We made them look like that. They deserved to win, but we made them look amazing because we were utter trash. So yeah, I'm not. I mean, luckily it's a few days till then, and I'm gonna be enjoying myself with some Champions League today and tomorrow. So we have to wait and see. Big up, Leauge, too. Been a while. Hope you're doing well. We're just about to wrap up, but yeah, thank you for being here, Matt. I appreciate it for taking the time of your day to join the preview. May the best team win or draw. I don't know, but good luck.
Yeah, it's been great to be on here. Of course, we produced a lot of enjoyable content. Great stream as well. I don't know if you want me to promote now or do it a bit later.
You can talk. Yeah, go promote.
Okay.
What do you have coming up?
So yeah, you can find me at my screen name there, the Matt's channel. Focus a bit more on the cultural side of football. Talk more football upon other guests' channels. The main things I do is the Football and Travel Show, which I started in 2023. I've got 3 episodes. I also do predictions and some other content around the major international tournaments: World Cup, Euros, Asian Cup, AFCON, Copa America.
Yep.
Looking for a potential third content. And if all that sounds appealing to you, then check me out and I'll welcome you as a valid supporter.
100%. So I'll remind you guys again, the
And
channel
also
name
I'll be
is...
looking
Go
to
ahead.
do content on the also did some content on the Women's World Cup and looking to do the same on the Women's Euros, which looking to get Sofia involved in at least some aspect.
Oh yeah. We'll talk. But yeah, guys, make sure
we've
you
got
do.
something potentially set.
Oh yeah. Make sure you do check out his channel. As mentioned, the channel name handle is in the title, but also in the description of this video. I will most likely be back with a video later tonight to react to Arsenal PSG. We'll talk about that. And yeah, so stay tuned. Make sure you are subscribed so you have on the notification bell button, as I do really enjoy making those short form videos as well. So yeah, other than that,
I
have a
will
great
make sure
time.
I watch.
Thank you. Bye-bye, people. We're out. Peace.